Oh my god, but you guessed it! Welcome everyone, Shanti Teg. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome. So much love to the bitch squad. Let's have a cheers moment. Cheersies! Hi! I've had a bit of like a snarfle situation, so if I sound a little different, you know why. I also took a pause on recording because I was like a hot mess and no one needed to see that shit. Okay, so this is part 2. Actually, like that is 4, but really it's like 2. It's part 2 of, you know, this like ghost hunters checklist, yeah? Because I like to take this seriously. I'm recording this in October of 2024, but really this is, you know, so it's like spooky season, right? But, you know, we use this for life guidelines, not just ghost hunting guidelines, yeah? But if you are a ghost hunter, or if you're a fan of ghost hunting, or if you're even thinking about exploring this realm, this video is for you. Yes, there is a part 1. I'll link that video, and I'm also going to link some other stuff in the description as well. That'll be supportive to this particular video and this content. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, what I want to talk about in this part 2 is tools of protection. When you are going exploring or investigating or whatever, you want to I would like to very strongly invite you to take extra measures to amplify your own electromagnetic field of protection, however works best or calls to you the highest, okay, the most potent. And that's going to be different for everybody, especially those of us that might have particular spiritual beliefs. And, you know, beliefs are just thoughts we chronically think until they kind of like solidify a little bit deeper into our system and then are reflected to us throughout our circumstance due to how we're focused in a more particular kind of repetitive way. All right, that's a big unpack. We'll go over that later. But, you know, to each their motherfucking own. But one of the things I like to bring to the table for my own work and my own life is an openness to learn new stuff, an openness to trust my instincts, and an openness to receive all information that serves my highest and best, and that, you know, whatever kind of like density that might reveal itself in, meaning like maybe a person, it has come into my field in order to offer information, or maybe it's a thought, or maybe it's a song on the radio, or maybe it's a glance from a person or a stranger, or the way the wind is blowing, right? So that's what I mean by like density, whether it's like more 3D solid, right? The illusion of solid. Thank you, quantum mechanics and the law of repulsion. So we're not just one big kind of like soupy blob. There are differential markers that create physical reality for us to enjoy. All right. P.S. Yes, I might get long-winded. Double P.S. I might go on tangents. Cheers! This is my reverse osmosis water with some fresh ginger, because you know how I motherfucking roll. Okay, cheers. Back to the task at hand. Tools of protection. All right, I'm going to offer my suggestions and then you tweak to suit your highest and best, yeah? Okay, all right, cool. And per usual, if you don't like something I say, amazing. If you like something I say, amazing. This is your opportunity to take full responsibility for your experience, especially when you're here on my channel. And again, so much love to the fucking bitch squad, because this channel is intended to create community and family in an open and safe space to just talk about shit, okay? All right, so number 1 on my list of tools of protection are have some sort of mantra or prayer going kind of like constant repeat in the kind of background of the conscious mind. It's not just the subconscious, right? Because the subconscious is a whole other playing field. We want there to be this kind of like broken record on repeat in the back of the conscious mind. Now, this takes a lot of mental dexterity and some practice, right? So maybe you're not quite there. That's okay. That could be something you shoot for. You could just periodically on your during the process of researching where you might want to investigate, take moments of chanting mantra or saying your prayer, have the mantra playing in the background, like physically on like a device, have a prayer physically playing on a device. Yeah, well, you can bring a lot of different, you can bring that into the field a lot of different ways. But have that mantra and that prayer going throughout the whole, you know, from conception to completion. That's what she said. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's like, okay, I get the spark, I got the idea, I'm gonna investigate like the location, I'm gonna scout out the location, I'm gonna gather my team, and that's gonna be in just a second. Or no, I think I'm gonna make, you know what, that'll be part 3, scouting out your team. Okay, so mantra. I have a lot of mantras that I use for protection, and I'm gonna create other content, some real wonderful Kundalini yoga and mantra content. I'm just gonna kind of breeze by it right now and kind of just dip the toe in this video. Mantra, Sat Nam, Sata Nama. The Sat Nam represents my elements, the earthly elements, that is me, that I am connected with on this planet. And then the Wahe Guru is my connection to the heavens of the cosmos. So Sat Nam Wahe Guru, Sat Nam Wahe Guru, Sat Nam Wahe Guru, Sat Nam Wahe Guru. And I often, when I'm walking, will have in my conscious background, you know, my mental mantra, Sata Nam, for each step. So that's what you could bring with you. And then, of course, if you do other types of chanting, you know, Buddhist, the traditional like Buddhist mantras are gorgeous. All types of different traditional prayers. Your own prayer, it doesn't have to be traditional anything. It's just really what the intention is. You know, I ask for the power of the white light to provide a beautiful bubble of protection around me, and only allowing in that which serves my highest and best, and reflecting and deflecting that which does not. All right? That's not written down really anywhere. That is my own jam that I bring to my own work, that I have brought to my own work for years. That's my own kind of personal prayer, my own personal mantra, okay? So I invite you to just kind of dive into that stuff. What's a prayer that resonates with me? What's a mantra that resonates with me? There are very specific protection prayers. One that is in Gurmukhi that in the Kundalini yoga technology that I practice and teach is Aad Guray Nameh, Jugaad Guray Nameh, xoxoo Nameh, Siri Guru Devay Nameh, and that offers pillars of white light, or these gorgeous wings of white light of protection all around me and all around the space, and you can really radiate and amplify that limitlessly, yeah. And again, I'm gonna the mantra is a big unpack, right? But I wanted to just like offer this invitation to you, and then just give you an example of what I bring to the table. So if I'm on an investigation, or if I'm, you know, doing some stuff, I am continually running the Aad Guray Nameh around me, especially around my daughter, around the car, around the house, around wherever I'm at, okay? Just like check in, but then the Satanam Wahe Guru, or the Satnam Wahe Guru, Satnam Wahe Guru, Satnam Wahe Guru, Satnam Wahe Guru, is a continual in the background of my conscious mind, yeah? All right, so now my invitation to you is figure out what works best for you. And again, it could be your own version. It doesn't have to be something that's already arrived to the planet, unless that resonates with you. And these resonate with me. All of it resonates with me. My own stuff, and then the stuff that a lineage that's already on the planet that I have the honor of being a part of. I lean into that technology, yeah? Okay, so you do you. All right, that's the prayers of protection, okay? Number 2 here on my list of the tools of protection, especially when you're going on an investigation, is some sort of trinket of protection. It could be a rosary, it could be a cross if those things resonate with you. What resonates with me are crystals and tantric necklaces. I wear these necklaces. This is a tantric necklace. It's kind of like the yogi rosary, okay? And now, or a mala is wonderful. So tantric necklaces and malas are different, but very much in the same vein. So when a tantric necklace, like I'm wearing right now, let me have a moment. When a tantric necklace is made, it's a very specific, non-repeating mathematical pattern that's very sacred, that's rooted in tantric numerology. That's the sequence of the beads that are beaded together, and the beads that are very, very high quality crystals and gems. And then when the practitioner is making the tantric necklace, they are chanting and infusing a prayer or a mantra into the necklace, the piece. So these are infused with prayer already. And then a mala, I don't have a mala right here. I should. That's like, hello girl, what are you doing? A mala is probably, you've seen them before. It's just like a strand of beads. Oftentimes you see them 108 beads, and then like a little like bedazzle tassel. Like you have like what's known as the guru bead, and then the bedazzle tassel at the end. And so what those are, it's kind of like you very much like a rosary. You chant mantra or you pray on each bead, and then you cycle through the beads, and then you kind of like want to backtrack and repeat, and that adds as kind of like a counter, right? Like I've chanted this mantra 108 times, or I've said this prayer 108 times. But you can you can charge that up and you bring it with you, right? So also crystals. I wanted to go over some of my favorite crystals that I like to have on hand, especially in a moment where I feel like I want some extra protection. Okay, all right. This is Shungite. Shungite is very, very protective. You see how shiny that is? Okay, you're gonna see Shungite in like a lot of different forms, meaning like some of it's tumbled, some of it's raw, some of it's glassy, some of it's like maybe like a little bit more of a matte finish. Shungite is very, very protective, very, very grounding. This is tiger's eye. You might be familiar with tiger's eye. There's a lot of different, how do I get that to zoom? Hey girl. This is tiger's eye. Again, very, very, very protective. Pop these in your pocket, or if they're small enough, pop it in a bra if you wear a bra. And then this is tourmaline. This is some black tourmaline. Again, very, very grounding, very protective of your electromagnetic field as well. Yeah, I like to have that on hand. And then this is a very special one. Maybe it's new to you, maybe it's not. This is Septarian. And this is like, I've had this particular piece for years and years and years. Look at all that druzy. It's like crystal velvet. This is Septarian. This is known as like one of the shaman stones. So if you're going into an investigation and you are acting as channel, as receiver of information, both physical and non-physical, this is like such a great size. It fits in my pocket, fits in my palm. It's such a great palm stone to have. And this just supports the ability to kind of like reach higher, deeper, wider, that's what she said, and also kind of keep you linked to the planet as well, linked to the 3D, because sometimes, that can get a little far out sometimes, which brings me to let me segue into this. It's bringing me to number 4. We'll skip number 3, but we'll get to number 3 in just a second, because I was bringing up keeping you tethered to the 3D. My other suggestion number 3 is set a timer. Whether you're using like an Alice box or something like that, or you're just like literally in a building investigating or at a location, do yourself a favor and set some timers for you to snap out of it for a moment, go get some fresh air, walk around the block, kind of like ground yourself, bring all of your like potentially dispersed bits and pieces back home cleaned and cleared, and then recharge, drink some water, do what you got to do, chant your mantra, and then go back in. So my suggestion, you find a time that might work best for you. I'm going to dip in for like 60 minutes and then dip out for 15 and then dip in for 60, out for 15. But find what might work for you, but having those breaks will not only maintain your own kind of like integrity and health, but I really think it adds to the quality of work and the findings and the connections that will take place during an investigation. Yeah? All right, so now Number 3, that actually is now number 4, is using sacred smoke and sacred oils. I will link a video. I just covered how to use palosanto and sage, so I'll link that video instead of like going over all of that right now. But I love sage. I love palosanto. You know, just a little quick dip of the toe. I like to use sage as a cleansing tool, and I like to use palosanto as a calling in and uplifting tool. And sometimes you might be in a space, or you might have a preference to not use smoke, and that's when you can use oils. And I also use a number of different essential oils and other types of sacred resins, including copal. And copal, it is a very, very, very ancient herb and resin that has been used since the fucking beginning of time in all different types of sacred rituals, spiritual and religious alike. And I also love to use amber. Amber resin is something so near and dear to my heart, and I'll actually place amber resin on my different chakra points. I also just think it smells like legit amazing, but can also bring sandalwood oil into the mix too, and you can literally just like anoint your body with these oils. When you anoint your body, I really like to anoint kind of like, maybe you've heard that attachments can take place at the spine, but really attachments can take place, that again, that's a big unpack, but it would behoove you, my invitation is thus, it can behoove you to anoint each chakra point along the spine or along the front of the body with a little bit of oil of your choosing, right? That is my invitation to you. Almost like, it's like the gatekeeper of the gateway, because each chakra point is actually a gateway as well, all right? Okay, did we do it? I think we did it. We covered so much. Thank you so much for fucking being here. This deserves another cheersies moment. Just like swirl it. Cheers. Cheers to the bitch squad. You know who you are. A little swish. A little swish. I love a swish. I love a swish. I love a gargle. I love a cheers moment. All right, so much love to you all. Comment down below what you thought of this video, in the sense of like, you know, I'm not interested in critique because that's people pleasing, right? But I am interested to see, like, did something resonate with you? Did you learn something new? Would you like me to expand potentially on something more? Or please, if you have a question, let me know and I'll do my best to answer that for you. But just know that I appreciate you all so fucking much. All right. Satnam, fuck yes.